I am listening, Commander. All I hear is the city.
No, you hear machinery. The city sounds like this. Before obedience. That's where Sky City lives.
You get poetic when something is bothering you. Did one of your handlers hesitate again?
One of my handlers was present when we threw a man off the weep. He did not hesitate.
Ah, J-Ro. He does have a face the terraces like to trust. That makes the ledgers nervous.
The ledgers like him. He hits the marks. He returns from patrol. He files clean reports.
You don't believe in clean reports.
I don't believe in complete compliance. If a man never flinches, he's already chosen a side I can't see.
Spoken like a man who remembers being young.
I don't remember youth, only margins of error. Sit, Marros. The impact signatures at the base of the weep don't match what's been told up in the terraces.
You mean thrown man dies, creature's lost, may not be entirely precise?
That was enough blood for a report, enough shattered slate for a memorial, if they'd wanted one. But no bones, no body.
Bodies are so persuasive. So the exile lives, or the creature does, or both.
Or someone wants us to think so.
Someone like the river folk?
What have you heard?
I read petitions, complaints, little lists of broken nets and accidental spills from the raceways. Silurians usually answer that with song and knives. Instead, they filed forms? That's enough to require some clarification.
Clarification? My word is interrogation.
And the triumvirate's word is stability. We all translate as we like. They ask for a projection, risk of unrest in lower terraces and river communities. I gave them two.
Two?
If the exile is dead and the creature is gone, the risk is manageable. Minor adjustments, a few public punishments, nothing the city can't digest. If the exile lives, then we have a story problem.
Story.
Stories are more dangerous than raptors, Commander. Raptors eat flesh. Stories eat compliance. Imagine the terraces hearing of a man the city could not kill properly. Handlers whispering about a bond that held on after the fall. Riverfolk weaving into that with their myths and their nets. Exactly why I'm talking to you. You and I have a simple job. We make sure the city's stories end where they're supposed to.
And where is that, in this case?
With a dead exile, a dead bond creature.
We cannot kill what we cannot find.
So we stop looking for the man directly. We hunt the disturbances. The wrong kind of smoke over the mystic woods, the wrong kind of tremor in the river stones, the wrong kind of hesitation in our own ranks.
Hesitation? You mean J-Ro?
You like him.
I find him efficient.
You like him because he still thinks disobedience is a choice instead of a cost. He hasn't fully rewritten himself to fit the city.
If he hesitates, he's a liability.
Exactly, which makes him perfect.
Explain.
We need bait smart enough to find the problem and soft enough to sympathize with it. Send J-Ro where the cracks are, cliffs, raceways, river mouths. Tell him he's hunting structural anomalies and unregistered thermals. If he returns with nothing, he's blind or he's loyal. If he returns with something and reports cleanly, we have coordinates. If he finds something and tries to hide it,
We have proof.
and an example.
The triumvirate will not authorize a deliberate compromise of a handler.
They don't have to know. We call it a vigilance assessment. We whisper promotion. We add observers who record every pause in his pen.
Observers like you?
I am a humble scribe, Commander. I merely tidy up the endings.
You're certain the Silurians are involved?
Certain? No. Suspicious? Very. When riverfolk talk about harmony, it means they're already rehearsing what to sing during the next war.
Another human war is not on the Triumvirate's schedule.
Wars rarely are. Wars rarely are.
Say the exile lives. Say the creature does too. Say the Silurians know and choose to shelter them.
Then we have an unapproved symbol of resistance in the cliffs, a flying weapon bonded to him, a river nation caught between its oaths and its curiosity, and handlers perched above it all, choosing which way to fall.
That's a story problem.
Now you're thinking like a scribe.
I prefer problems I can punch.
Good. Punch here. Give J-Ro an assignment that forces him to choose. If he chooses the city, the story ends cleanly. If he chooses anything else...
We have our spectacle.
Exactly. An ending the terraces can whisper about. Something that says, do not follow exiles, do not hide what falls, do not love anything more than orders.
You want him public?
If it comes to that, stories don't die in dark rooms. They die in plazas.
If the Silurians are innocent, if the exile's bones, and if the bond is only noise.
Then we remove a man who hesitates. And the city loves certainty more than accuracy.
Draft the orders. I want them before second bell.
Already written. I just needed you to decide you'd asked for them.
You overstep.
I anticipate.
Marros.
Yes, Commander?
If this does become a war and the rivers choose sides, we'll need someone who understands how stories travel.
You're asking me to stay?
I'm telling you, no more talk of Fifth Terrace posts. You wanted thin decisions, you'll drown in them.
And if the city loses?
Then you can write the history.
Very well. I'll stay.
Good. The next time the city wheezes, you tell me what kind of smoke we're breathing.
Of course, Commander. Bodies are proof. Stories are the weapon.